Well, good morning everyone. This is Herbie again, and I'm starting out on a ride this morning, 9:16 in the morning. It's on a Friday. I'm off this week, so had a little time to get some things done at home and thought I'd go out for a little ride this morning. Kind of chilly. I think it's like 43, 44 degrees. So I decided to take the Goldwing. It's got a little better wind protection, so won't be as freezing cold. But I'm trying, this is kind of a test. I'm trying my new camera, new microphone, new helmet. Everything's different from the last couple of ride videos that I did. And I want to see how the sound quality is. I know before it sounded awful, had tons of wind noise, and you could hardly hear me. So I bought me a used Shoei helmet. I think it's pronounced Shoei, RF 1100. I was going to buy a brand new RF 1400, but I thought, you know, those are expensive, and what if it doesn't work well? So I thought I'd start out with something fairly inexpensive. It was still close to $200 just for this used helmet, but it's a good quality helmet. I know it's an older helmet, and some people frown on helmets older than 5 years. They worry about the safety. I don't worry about that myself, but anyway, this helmet already seems quieter to me. I don't know how it's going to come across on the mic, but to me it sounds tons quieter than my other helmets that I have. It does have a chin curtain on it, and it also has a I guess it's called a breath guard in the front to stop your shield from fogging up, redirects your breath air, I guess. So this is all kind of a trial. And I've got a Purple Panda microphone. I got it tucked into my cheek pad, and I also bought a used GoPro 4. Well, you guys that use GoPros probably laughing at me because ancient technology, but you know, I bought a brand new cheap camera on eBay, made in China, and it was good. It had great picture quality, I thought, but I was kind of concerned about the audio on it, that it might be part of the problem. So again, I didn't want to spend $300–400 on a new GoPro, and you know, $700, $600 on a helmet, you know, have $1,000 into it, and it still sounds crappy. So thought I'd try this, see how this setup works. Hope it sounds good. I love how quiet it is inside this helmet, though. I can notice a big difference already. I don't even know if I have my vents closed. I'll have to look at that later. But it's a beautiful day. I mean, there's not hardly a cloud in the sky. It's a little chilly, but other than that, it's beautiful. It's a nice fall day. We're starting to harvest the corn around here. It's about that time. This bike's so smooth. I'm running 67 miles an hour right now, and it's just floating along. This Goldwing really is a mile eater. I mean, it road eater. It really just eats up the miles. It does so good, so smooth and comfortable. And I don't know if you saw my last video, but I installed this air vent. I tell you what, it hits me right about the upper chest into my neck and face. Oh my goodness, it makes a huge difference. Of course, I don't need it right now, but In the winter time, or I mean the summertime, I'll really be thankful for that. And so far, since I've owned the bike, you know, I like to tinker on them a lot, so I do things probably that aren't really necessary at the time, but I like to make sure everything's up to date, you know, all the oil's changed and everything's good. So I've only had this bike probably 4 months now, something like that, 3 or 4 months, and so far I've taken off the rear wheel, and I've lubed all the splines, pulled the drive shaft out, lubed all that, changed the oil in the final drive, replaced the wheel bearings in both the front and rear. Of course, I changed the engine oil and filter, and I have a video on the timing belts. I changed the timing belts, the tensioner pulleys, and the springs, and that was an easy job. It took a long time recording it and things, but I mean, it's not a hard job at all. I enjoyed doing it. Bike's been running great after that. But I also installed a cup holder, and I've got a GPS phone holder on here as well. And I'm trying to think of what else I did to it. Probably not a lot. It doesn't really need a lot. I know the tires are probably getting close to the end of their life. I'd say next year I'll be putting new tires on it, new brakes. I'll probably do that myself at home. I usually do change my own tires. Well, I like to do it in warmer weather so I can warm the tires up out in the sun, make it a little easier for them to go on. But I probably won't drag this video on yapping, but I'm getting close to the interstate, and for somebody who might be interested in one of these 1500 Goldwings, I just want to show you a little bit of acceleration. I'm not going to do a top speed. You know, these bikes, they're fast enough. They're not like a sport bike, you know, do 200 miles an hour, but I'm sure it'd probably do 120 or so. But it gets up there pretty quick. I mean, you could get up to 100 before you know it. So I'm going to get up on the interstate. I'm going to pull off to the side, and I'll do a stopped acceleration up to, I don't know, 85, 90 maybe, just to show you the acceleration that it has. One thing that's cool about this bike that I've never had on any other motorcycle is the self-canceling turn signals. That's a pretty cool feature. But you know, when you have other motorcycles and you ride ones that have the self-canceling turn signals, it's like, you know, you forget to turn them off all the time, and that could be a problem, but I've been working through it. Okay, let me get a clear spot here. Okay, no cars coming, so let's go. There's 85, 90, 95, 90 miles an hour. I shifted into 5th gear. I'm going to slow back down to 70. But I just wanted to give you a quick shot of what the acceleration is on this bike. It's really nice and smooth, gets there quick, and it's got a cruise control. I'll hit it real quick right there. There's my right hand. It's kind of cool. you know, if your hands get tired and crampy or whatever, you just hit the button. I leave it turned on all the time because that button kind of sticks from being out in the weather, so I just leave it on. It doesn't hurt anything. And then whenever I want to set it, I just hit set. The set button doesn't stick, so works out pretty good. So I'm doing 73 miles an hour. What do you guys think about the wind noise? Is it excessive? I hope this is all working out well. So I'm gonna ramp off here. Yeah, I'm gonna cut the video off here. So alright everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the ride video. I know I do.